What is up, y'all? Capone Tony here, and welcome to a new Ever Crisis video, y'all. So we just got a new content drop. We got a new banner, and we've known about this for a few days now, but it is Aerith. But big surprise, Vincent was featured in this banner as well. So I'm gonna dive into this right now. Anytime an Aerith banner drops, y'all, it's always hard for me to resist, right? Aerith's not only, one of my favorite FF7 characters, she's one of my favorite characters in video games in general. So it always takes a lot, in me to not pull on an Aerith banner. But we're gonna dive into this. I'm gonna be as objective as I can. So with Aerith's new weapon and dress, so her citrus dress, man. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the previews of this, I thought this thing looked fantastic. Like, the little trailer for the event. Like, I think the aesthetics look great. Like the earrings, the little bow, her eyes are actually green now. Everything I thought was looking great until what the hell is this bottom part, dude? Like, remove this bottom part. I think it looks great, but man. Like, what is this, man? It's like a shower curtain. I don't know, man. It's not doing it for me. Everything else I thought looked fantastic. Well, like all the aesthetics, the choker too. I think everything looked great except, man, I don't know, man. Not feeling it, bro. But I think the weapon actually looks really cool too. It's like an orange, right? I can't really zoom in on it, but yeah, there you go. But anyway, that's enough about the cosmetics. Anyway, let's get into what the actual costume does. So Magic Ward, HP plus 5%, Magic Defense plus 15%. So that is fantastic. It's just like the Sun's Ward or whatever it was called on the costumes for Tifa, Lucia, and Yuffie. Except this one does Magic Defense instead of Physical Defense. And honestly, having this type of R ability on a costume is just really nice to have. You want survivability on a costume, and this hits HP and defense. Really, really top tier. And now we got Magic Ability Mastery. So, this R ability and Physical Ability Mastery were both always reserved for like limited banners, anniversaries, crossovers, things like that. That's the only time we've ever seen this type of R ability. And this is the first time now that it's actually in a featured banner, which is actually kind of cool. So, yeah, Magic Ability Mastery. It's actually, great. It's like the non-elemental arcanum or mastery, I guess, in a way. But you can use any kind of element to go along with it. It's just 15% extra damage, right? So yeah. Costume, I think it's actually pretty good. These two R abilities together, really solid. The Citrus Wand, though. Now this is a new one. This is kind of interesting. So, OB0120. Ice damage is increased. Potency mid goes to mid. Magic heal is cast 7%. And magic attack is increased as well when your HP is 50% or more. And that goes to mid as well. So, yeah, OB6 goes to high for the ice damage. And 50% more for magic attack stays at mid. But it can go to high. And OB10, high to high again. And mid to high again for the magic attack is increased. The magic heal gets to 9%. Our abilities 3152 at OB10, 2736 at OB6. And this is boost magic attack and buff debuff extension. I know I'm probably in the way, but yeah, that's what it is. Very solid. This is a new type of weapon. So we've never had a buffing weapon that really buffs toward just an elemental potency, right? Like this one is for ice damage in particular. So this is like the first of its kind, and it's kind of a big deal. And it's 3 ATB as well. Can't forget that. That's actually fantastic. Magic attack boost for the special materia attack boost ice, so you can throw an ice materia on there for Aerith, and circle sigil boost as well. So honestly, it's a very, very solid weapon, very solid buffing weapon. I mean, you get all this utility for just 3 ATB. Really good. Our abilities are good, except magic attack 31. I don't know why they keep doing this. Yeah, it gets kind of annoying. But buff debuff extension at 52 is very, very good, especially for this to go with this weapon. So yeah, I think it's a great weapon, but it's just very situational, right? I mean, it's for ice. Like, if you have an Ice Sephiroth and you get, like, just one copy of this weapon, really, really, really good. But if you get it to OB6, holy crap, your freaking Ice Sephiroth is just going to be disgusting. I mean, Ice Sephiroth alone, even without buffs, at his full potential, is, like, disgusting. Add this weapon to it, like, oh my gosh, he's going to be hitting hard as a truck. Like, get this weapon and have a fully built out Sephiroth. You're already destroying Ifrit EX2 whenever that comes out, right? That's what I feel anyway. So yeah, this is a great weapon, but I just feel it's very situational. I don't think it's something that you would need to pull on a banner for and get this immediately, if you know what I mean. You can always wishlist this later, right? I mean, this is on a featured banner, and you can always get it later, right? But yeah, still really good. I just don't think it's worth pulling on just for this banner. You always pull on a banner, I feel, for the costume, which the costume, I think, doesn't really go with this weapon in a way. Like, this is great. I think these two R abilities are just great. And since Aerith is primarily a magic damage dealer, you can use this costume for pretty much any type of build she has, right? You can, if you don't have, like, her fire costume, you can still use, like, her egg staff to go along with this, like, costume in general, right? And any other elemental potency, even non-elemental damage. So, yeah, I mean, this is a great costume, great weapon. Am I gonna pull on it? Me being the Aerith simp that I am? I don't think so. I think this one's gonna be a skip for me, just because we know that half anniversary is coming. I mean, not half anniversary, but full anniversary is right around the corner. It's about, what, 6 weeks away or so. So for those reasons, you know, Aerith is the one that always gets me in danger. It's the one that, like, you know, I always got to be wary about my blue crystals when a banner for her appears, because I love the character. But I think I'm gonna hold strong on this one. I think I will. But all right, let's not forget Vincent though. So Vincent, he got this costume, which I'm not gonna lie, man, it feels weird seeing Vincent in these type of fits. Like, we're always used to Vincent just wearing his normal fit and like his Turk outfit, right? That's like the only time we ever see Vincent when we're playing the games like FF7 and Remake, Rebirth, whatever. Yeah, seeing him in, like, wearing purple pants with a white shirt, the tie, I don't know, man. He's got these shoes with no socks. This is weird, man. This is an interesting fit. I don't think it looks bad, but it just looks kind of out of place for Vincent, in my opinion. So, Formal Attire. So it's the same thing as Aerith's. So, Magic Ward, HP plus 5%, Magic Defense plus 15%, Magic Ability Mastery, I mean, fantastic. And yeah, this just goes along with, you know, I think it's just great, right? Magic Ability Mastery can go along with any elemental setup you put, and you just get 15% extra damage, or non-elemental, which in this case, the Hugin and Munin? Is that what it's called? Sorry if I butchered that name. The Hugin and Munin. Speaking of non-elemental damage, so this is essentially the magic version of Zidane's sword and guide gloves. So those two weapons were reserved for particularly FF9 event and the FF7 Rebirth crossover. So those were, like, very, very limited weapons. But now we've gotten to the point now it's become a featured weapon, right? So it's the exact same potency as well. The only difference is for Vincent, he gets the limit gauge boost increase for every time you use it. So yeah, really solid. It goes up to 1300% at OB10. The R abilities are 62 magic attack and 26 magic ability potency. Very low magic ability potency, but insane magic attack. That's at OB10, 54 and 18 at OB6, and 40 and 8 at OB0, which is kind of insane. 40 magic attack at OB0. So our abilities are pretty much kind of the same as Aerith's, except he has a triangle sigil. I think Aerith had circle sigil. So he also has the boost ice damage slot as well, which is, you know, kind of nice to have. Tifa had boost fire for her guide gloves. So, you know, same type of deal, right? But this one's just magic based. So yeah, I mean, these weapons are very solid. I mean, just great for our abilities. non-elemental damage, I would say, is not something you would prefer over a elemental build. Like if you had the choice to pull this or pull his Quake setup, obviously you just go for the Quake setup. I mean, it's a perfect build already. He can debuff with Quake resistance, and he can just do an insane amount of Quake damage. And yeah, this is just like not elemental. You know, you can kind of, yeah. I mean, I try to think about like how often I actually use Guy Gloves and Zidane Sword, and I feel like it's just not very often. But they do come in handy when they're necessary. It's just those situations just don't occur very often. A lot of the time, the enemies are just going to have some kind of weakness to some kind of element, and it's always just favorable to just use an element over these non-elemental weapons. Just my opinion anyway. But I mean, still, 1300 damage is still nothing to slouch at, right? But you got to get the OB10. Even 1140 is still really solid too. So yeah, like I said, like I think it's a very solid weapon, solid build. But if you had the choice of just pulling on this or just going for his limit break banner, I would just pull a couple pages on his limit break banner if you have that option, right? But yeah, I forgot to mention with Aerith's weapon, you could also, if you have her ice setup already, you could actually just buff herself. Because Aerith had a really kick-ass ice setup with her her costume and her snowflake weapon. Add this in there too, and then man, you could just be buffing herself, doing some crazy ice damage. Making that build, that ice Aerith is actually really good. And adding this weapon to it, yeah, she's gonna be hitting hard. But yeah, that's kind of all I got, man. I think I'm gonna skip on this one. I think it's pretty solid bait, but for me, I think I'm gonna hold tight and wait for 1 year anniversary. We got only what, like 6 weeks away, and yeah, I think I'll hold tight on this one. But I think it's still a solid banner overall. Just I think an easy skip for me personally. But what are y'all gonna do, man? Are y'all gonna pull on this banner? Are y'all gonna pull on Aerith? Are y'all gonna pull on Vincent? Let me know in the comments below. Is there anything I did not consider for this banner? Please also let me know. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Please give this video a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all on the next one. Later.